Yeah, you know.
Dude, I'm 55, man.
55.
I'm a
Oh,
fossil.
man.
Yeah, I can barely get up.
You got some life left in you.
I'm double nickel. You heard of 50 cent?
55 cent.
I'm 55.
Two nickels.
I'm 50 cent and a nickel.
All right, guys, you are on the 14th step. It's a podcast about addiction and recovery. My name is Mark. I'm a professional counselor and a recovering addict.
Hey, my name is Skip. I'm a recovering addict and a recovery coach.
Yes,
We
you
are so
are.
glad you guys are joining us today. We're starting a brand new playlist, and today we are going to talk about the 12 steps. And we're going to take them one by one and make a video for each one. We've had many people over the course of the last couple of months tell us that we should do this and describe the 12 steps in detail. So we're going to take a little bit of time and talk about each one. But first I wanted to say, tell me your experience with the 12-step program and why that is something that you recommend so highly.
Well, 12 steps are something that I always knew existed before I got into working it.
Exactly.
It's something that you know from maybe movies, or you know that AA is something that exists, but you don't really know. I didn't really know what they were. And when I went to rehab in 2013.
Okay.
And when I got there, the 12 steps were just a thing that was on the wall.
Right.
And I remember thinking, like, how is this going to help me get clean?
Yeah, more reading.
Right. And they gave me a book. And so I don't want to say I was skeptical of it, but I just didn't know what it was. And I realized over time that the 12 steps were something that you have to do. And you have to kind of experience it to understand what it's about. And as I started going to meetings and listening to how people were applying the steps in their daily life and how it was helping them stay clean, I had that kind of aha moment where I realized, like, there's really something to this stuff. There's a depth to it that I really appreciated. And then the more I started reading and the more I started sharing in meetings and talking to people, it kind of got into my blood in a way. I think it's probably the best way that an addict like myself can stay sober today. It's simple. Once you get into it and kind of learn what it's all about, it's not complicated.
It can be as simple or complicated as you want to make it, right?
And I think it's good to keep it very simple.
Yeah.
And so that's what I want to do with this playlist, is try to break it down as simply as possible to help people who don't know what the steps are understand what it is, and also people who have been working the steps for a while to maybe either gain some perspective or just have a reminder about what they're doing.
Sure, or maybe give them a conversation point to help somebody else when they're talking about the 12 steps. You know, with me, I was in such a different place mentally when I came into outpatient treatment when it came to the 12 steps. But I can see, because I've been in ministry for so long, I see how people come to something with the mindset of, oh, they roll their eyes when they hear something like that, or they get a notebook, or they go, oh, homework, or whatever it is. And it is all about your mental state when you head into it. It's just like you said, it's not a list of marching orders.
Right.
It's written down, and if you just have a crack of opening in your mind that you would be positively accepting it, it will take root and become something of a mantra in your life. I mean, it's you said it perfectly. It's more like a verb instead of a bunch of words on it. Yes, it's listed out, but you have to do it.
Yeah.
And once you admit to yourself and you actually go, man, it's almost like the word love. It's a weird way to put it. Love is a word, but it's not. It's a verb. You have to do it, right?
Exactly. And if you were to try and say, well, define love, you would write books about it.
Exactly.
And so the 12 steps are in a particular order for a reason. And each one of them is going to ask you to consider something and also to do something. And so that's what I want to do with each step. What is it that we need to consider, and what is it that we need to do in this step? Simply.
In each one of them, and it's tailor-made for you.
Right.
Like each one, you have your own version of what that is.
That's right.
And how you can attack it. So that's the beauty of the 12 steps to me, is it can bring 30 people into a room and into a meeting that are completely different walks of life.
Yes.
And it can line out just what you said. Read this. How does it apply to me? And then what do I need to do?
That's right.
In my case. And therefore, it's easy, just like you said.
Yeah. We hope that this series can be helpful to you in your own recovery, or if you are someone who works with other people who are in recovery and you just want to know more about the steps, that's just for you too. So leave a comment about your experience with the 12 steps. Is this something that you have worked before? Is it something you have reservations about? And we'll definitely look at those comments.
Absolutely. So let's get started. So check your next playlist, and we will start step 1.
All right.
All right.